Friends, I'm Pretty Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And if you're returning, I'm so blessed to be doing your reading again today. And today's pick a feather reading, we'll be looking at the person on your mind and what you're still needing to understand about this person. Maybe it's something you're not seeing or fully understanding, or maybe a different sort of perspective you can consider in regards to this person. All right, now you don't have to do anything. You don't have to change how you see anyone or change your point of view or whatever. This reading is intended to help provide a different sort of perspective in regards to this person, and maybe there's a challenge and maybe you're not seeing something here differently that's going to help. So 3 options to choose from, and I picked these yesterday, which is interesting because the first feather I found was this one here. I believe these are all goose feathers here, and I was looking for 2 other things that would present itself on my walk, and I was nearly home, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I just found 1 feather, and then I found these 2 right not even like a minute from home. So they're all goose feathers, and this is option 2. This one looks a little tattered. And option number 3, this one also looks a little tattered. And so I will leave you with these 3 feathers to sit with the energy, and it's absolutely fine to be drawn to multiple piles. Could be multiple messages, aspects into the same connection coming through here. I'll leave that with you. All right, and so I'll put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It'll take you directly to your pick, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, hello, gorgeous angels. Pile 1, you guys pick this goose feather for your pick. Pile 1, let's take a look at the oracle cards that are pre-shuffled. I've not looked at them. We're looking at the person on your mind, and what is it that you're needing to understand about this person? Something maybe you're not seeing, or maybe needing to see differently. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, you're not needing anything. You don't have to change your perspective or your point of view or your understanding of someone if you don't want to, and that's certainly up to you, but this might provide a different sort of perspective, aspect, or just something maybe that you're not quite seeing in this way, to help bridge a gap if you're feeling like there's a challenge between you and someone. Okay, so let's take a look at what this is, and then we will also pull some angel tarot cards to dive in deeper in this message here. So I do ask you to use your intuition, what you'll see, feel, or hear, to determine whether this messaging is right for you. Only you can do this, okay? And since this is more of a general reading, lots of people come here, there might be specific messages for a few people that aren't relevant to your connection. Just leave those messages. It's the overall energy in this pile that should be resonating for you. So we have illumination. Beautiful. We have dating queen, opportunities, dates, and abundance. Okay, beautiful red dress. And we have gifts, surprises, presents, and openings. Look at that, more gifts over here. So I'm being showered. And we have Sun's Splendor, 53. Or the number 8. We have relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And we have the house of the 3rd house. Your ideas, short-term thinking and trips, who or what is around you. So the 3rd house is all about the mind or thinking. It's also about communication. It's also about siblings, social activity. It's our interests, our neighbors, and early education with the 3rd house. And we also have the 5th house with the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art. Do it dramatically. So 5th house is about romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility. It's childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, and drama. Certainly looks like she's in a play here. And we have Exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Look at these two feathers. Interesting. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. Okay, we have fire here, which says liar, because someone doesn't know what cursive F's and L's are all about. So this sometimes gives me 4 of Wands. And 4 Wands is my 1111 card, which could be indicative of a twin flame connection here. So you see fire. And we have, please don't give up on me. Okay. And we see here squirrel spirit, believe in yourself, 57. Or the number 12. And we have squirrel. Squirrel. Okay. 2 squirrels. Squirrel spirit and squirrel. Squirrels are pretty productive, busy little bodies. And I see the acorn. And it's all about the length of time it takes to build something stable, to prepare. The effort and time worth something here. Metamorph. Metamorph. This is kind of like the Ouroboros, or like the death card in the tarot. It's like the shedding of the old to transform into something else. Okay. And here we have the shaman, number 16. 16 is the tower in the tarot as well. So it could be upheaval. A shaman's all about healing. And we have Moon and Jupiter, 14. 14 is temperance, Sagittarius energy. Jupiter is a ruling planet for Sagittarius and Pisces. The moon is certainly Pisces, Cancer, and like I said, Jupiter is Sagittarius. So the moon and Jupiter. I am going to be reading the brief sort of thing in the book for this one. And then we have Tarantula here. Fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Tarantula. So I do want to read this moon and Jupiter briefly, just to see what it says. 14. Moon and Jupiter. It says, primitive. Your extreme feelings are expressed through unregulated outbursts. Adaptive emotional optimism guides your every decision. And evolving. Think Julie Andrews as Frulin Maria in The Sound of Music. Exuberance, optimism, and emotional generosity. Wow, we see so much generosity in this reading. Okay. This energy does come through quite strong here, and you could certainly be in this energy, you know. Could be you, and could be the person on your mind, but sometimes it comes reverse here, and I cannot help that because your own energy might be pulled through here, which I think might be the case. Let's see how this pulls through. Just give me a moment, and you could certainly skip ahead to the channeling here. Okay, I'm getting the connection. So maybe I'll read it to like the connection so I don't cause confusion, and you'll know who you are and who your person is here. That predominant energy pulling through, I feel, is your energy, but it could be the person with you. This person is a giver. Okay, this person is a giver. I feel like this person is quite the gift here. I feel like this person is dedicated in the long game and putting the energy and the effort towards this connection. And so I don't know that you see it, you know, if this isn't you, like that you see this, because this is something you're needing to understand, that this person is a dedicated person who's committed for a long game, who isn't in the immediate sort of gratification, who thinks about the long-term sort of planning here and puts the due diligence in the proper planning and making sure the stability and security is there. I feel like this person is quite enlightened, and I feel like this person is trying to raise this other person up, the other person, which I feel is not quite feeling up to the caliber of this beautiful, enlightened, divine feminine energy that I'm getting. And so I feel like the second person here is transforming from, I feel I'm getting fool energy. Okay, so Aquarius come through, but I don't know, it could be literal, somebody acting a fool, or somebody sort of very aimless and just sort of going with the wind. Sort of a traveler, transient energy, someone who likes to just roam and be free, potentially, or had no real target or aim. Or it could be someone quite immature, foolish, or it could be someone just having to learn. And this energy is transforming into their higher self, into someone who can rise above certain things in their life here. But I feel that there's a lot of fear in transformation, because this person might be somebody who's been in that energy for quite some time. So although this energy feels like it's free and explorative and, that sort of an energy, it's really stuck because it might be having a difficult time in rising above certain things in their life. And one big part is creating structure for themselves, stability, and creating something of value that's solid, and really being sort of committed and dedicated to their future growth and building of this, because fear is getting in the way, which is going to provide them a lot of healing, and so this connection is something very valuable here in this person's life, that this person is having a difficult time accepting, because I feel like this person might not feel like they're deserving or ready, or there's fear in the way. And so this person doesn't want the divine feminine, who I feel here is enlightened, who has been giving, who's been dedicated, and who's been putting in this energy, to leave them behind and to give up on them, because they haven't been stepping forward and they haven't been healed of their demons here with this exorcist. They're needing to release certain things in their life here, and it could be certain people and connections that are holding them back in their life, people they grew up with, or people that they know, or just how they engage with people day in, day out. And so they might have been stuck with more low vibe people, and they could have been around other relationships in their life that were not as evolved, or not as promising, or very superficial here, that did not push this person outside of their comfort zone to be a better version of self. And so they're used to this, and they're used to relationships that are kind of more allowing them to do their thing here, but it didn't really push this person to become greater, to create stability. And it's not that everyone needs to, get married, have family, and have kids, but I feel like this person is kind of floating and doesn't really have a purpose or an anchor. And so I feel like this connection is giving this person a reason to have an anchor in their own life. Not necessarily that this connection is something to anchor onto, although I do feel potentially, but an anchor in their own life to see themselves as having a happy future, to maybe think of the future for once. What makes them happy? Who makes them happy? Who could they surround themselves with? What in their life needs to go? But I feel there's a lot of fear here in that. I feel like this energy is someone potentially who might be very dependent on their family, or at least their upbringing, their culture, how they were brought up. And so I feel like there could be a lot of weight in this, right? Based on their experience and participating in that sort of thing for a bulk of this person's life. And now here comes this connection of a divine feminine here, who I feel is wanting to give, and I feel is very enlightened. And when I say enlightened, it's like someone who understands themselves and who is giving out of a place of genuine care here to help support someone who they feel might be sort of in a I don't know, in a stage in their life where they're needing support, where they're needing someone to be there sort of for them. So I feel like this person is a gift and an abundance. And so I don't know which side you're falling on, okay, so much, but I feel like one thing that because I feel there's two sides here, and one is what you probably don't know about the person who is needing, they don't need anything, but who is being called or pushed or stretched outside of their comfort zone to evolve. This person sees this divine feminine as an absolute gift and a blessing here. And I don't know that this divine feminine sees this so much, that this person is an opportunity for them, that is a blessing and a gift here from God, sent from the heavens here with the sun splendor, that they do see a full sort of hope and potential here of something beautiful. But whether they can reach it or not is the challenge here, that this person's only doubt is in themselves. And on the flip side, if you're resonating as the divine feminine is your person, and you're sort of here trying to keep up here in some way, that this divine feminine is giving in a way here that is really wanting to support you from a genuine place here, like absolutely supportive in a place here. So I feel like this person is like physically giving. I feel like this person, how you'd know is this person's probably given you a lot of gifts here, okay? Like, or really appreciates you, and maybe you feel like you've had a hard time in your life having people appreciate you for who you are. This person really appreciates you for who you are, and it might be difficult for you to accept this. Like there's a genuine seeing of who you are, and despite your demons or your challenges or your physical way of choosing how to live life here, there's a true, genuine seeing through the illusion of the matrix of who you've been living as, and seeing a truth here of who you could be. And so I feel like this person is I don't know, I feel like in it for the long haul here, and here ready to really support and put in whatever it takes. So if there's any doubt that this person would sort of turn their back or give up or not wait, I feel that's something you're needing to understand, that this person wouldn't be one that would sort of give up on you, somebody here who wants to see you sort of succeed, and wants to put in the effort to actually create something very solid here for you. So I feel like both people feel very blessed and abundant, and they might not realize how blessed and abundant both sides feel. One side I feel feels almost unworthy of it in some way, because they feel like they're needing to do all this stuff to catch up and to prove themselves, or to step into fear, and they might have not have, and they're transitioning, and so there's a lot of healing needing to take place, and they don't want to be left behind in some way, and there's lots of passion, but they see the other person as an absolute blessing, despite them maybe not stepping into the role of pushing them outside of their comfort zone just yet. And the divine feminine energy, although seeing this person struggling, and maybe almost seeming like this person's not wanting to step into their fear, they see that there's this beautiful potential here, and a lot of passion here, and a commitment of staying true and doing the legwork in order to line up to this beautiful potential future. But all I see here is that there's a potential future here that hasn't yet been fulfilled. And so there is, if there's any doubt whether this person's romantically feeling any vibes, there's certainly romance, love, and there's an energy here of creating together, And I feel like both parties sort of expand each other's minds here with the third house, and push each other to communicate maybe differently, how they might have not have had to communicate, or figure out different ways to communicate with each other, because I feel like these two might speak different languages but understand each other very well. And so in order to find cohesion in a language both understand, it's pushing both these people to communicate differently, but also to think differently, to completely think differently, in order to find a way to come together, blow the lid off their way of thinking. And so I feel like one thing that this I'll call it the divine masculine here, who's been stretched and pulled, you know, has had to blow the lid off of how they've been living their life and make major changes here. And maybe this divine masculine doesn't realize that he's blown the lid off this divine feminine, and how she thinks, you know, and how she thinks and how she communicates has had to be changed as well. And that maybe, you know, he sees her as someone who could have a lot here. Maybe a lot of other people interested, or suitors, or deserve more than him in some way. But she's not really interested in that, you know. I think she's only interested in this connection at this time, from when I'm doing this reading. And I feel like she's sort of looking back here, you know. But I feel as she's looking back, I feel he's looking back too. And his looking back is at his old life, and also looking at the changes he has to make in order to heal, in order to become someone different. And so there's this, like, this looking at it, you know, seeing it, looking at it, and maybe avoiding, stalling, or running from it as long as he can, knowing it's inevitable. And she's sort of looking at him like, okay, like, are you done yet? Are you done yet? You know, because I don't know how long she's going to be sort of standing there missing up on opportunities that are around her, because I feel like there's opportunity around her. At least 3. Okay, whatever that means. Maybe she's had 3 other chances here to go in a different direction. You know, could be one in her career. It could be one with another person willing to love her right. You know, it could be whatever it could be here, but I feel like she's not interested at this time. And so this is maybe something neither of you guys are knowing, you know, whichever side you're falling in. Okay, well, let's pull some tarot and see what we see, if we can elaborate just a little bit, because I feel like we got what we needed. Pile number 1, but let's just see. So I like when the tarot sort of confirms or adds another sort of layer here. So Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. This pile 1 needing to know about the person on their mind. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. And pile 1, what are they needing to know exactly about the person on their mind? What they are needing to know right here, right now, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much. Wow. Okie dokie. 9 of air. Okay, don't read bottom of the deck reverse. So this is negativity, worry, and sleeplessness. So this is the anxiety. 9 swords, 9 of earth. Contentment, luxury, independence. Okay, and then we have 6 of cups, memories, childhood, nostalgia. Just going to flip them all here. And we have the 6 of earth. Didn't I just say that? No, I didn't. Charity, generosity, windfall. The 2 of fire, 2 wands, planning, partnering, and progress in reverse. 6 of fire, 6 wands, success, recognition, and self-esteem in reverse. And we have the 6 of air in reverse. Relief, hope, and moving on. And we have the King of Cups, compassionate, understanding, and trustworthy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And we have the 5 of earth, 5 pentacles in reverse, lack, worry, and assistance. And finally, we have the 8 of pentacles in reverse. It says education, focus, and detail. And then we have the 2 cups in reverse, partnership, commitment, and reconciliation. Okay, so let me sit here with this energy. This is my first time really using these cards outside of the card reveal. And so I want to, that goes with that. That's over here. Okay, just let me sit here. What's under the 9 swords? 10 of cups. Look at that. This is the sun splendor, the full 10 cups. It says family, love, and blessings. Okay. Okay, and yeah, okay. What do we see here? Now, lots of anxiety here, okay, and I don't know whose side. I think both sides are anxiety, because I can't really tell who's who, so this might be a very spiritually intertwined connection, and which is difficult for me to see whose energetic signature is who. So, but I feel both could potentially have this anxiety. But for certain here, what I'm picking up is the divine masculine here is kind of, I'm picking up both. I'm picking up both, okay? But I feel like this anxiety is in regards to fulfilling the potential of this connection. You know, actually coming together here to build some sort of stability here with the Four Wands, and the Sun Splendor is like the ultimate family and commitment here. Both parties see this as a blessing, okay? Having, like, I don't know, two families coming together, fur babies coming together, children, whatever this coming together and long-term commitment looks like. But I feel like the divine masculine here is in some sort of independent energy where they feel they're needing to hone in on some sort of independence here, you know, and this is them working through feeling confident, being able to stand on their own, being available. And I feel like this person hasn't yet made themselves totally available because they're still dealing with stuff in their life here that they're needing to move on from, you know. And so this person is stuck in something in their life that doesn't allow them to be available and stand up in a confident way here to commit. So it could be stories they tell themselves of why they're stuck or why they need to sort of do what they need to do before they could make themselves available here. And it could be something due to their childhood here, you know. It could be a person, place, thing in the past that has them sort of still having to work through and iron things out. But I feel like there's a soul recognition here with the Six Cups, because this is, you know, soul recognition and my soulmates card here. And so I feel like there's lots of love with this King of Cups. So this divine masculine has a lot of love here and sees this and has a soul recognition here in this connection, which comes with, you know, them needing to reconcile how to make themselves available and move on from something. And at the same time, they're feeling, you know, like they're sort of left out in the cold here, because until they can reconcile this and move out of difficulty, they're in Five Swords in this connection, because they can't sort of make themselves available to commit in any sort of way. So I feel both parties have anxiety, and there's a lot of feeling left out and abandoned. And so there's an understanding here that there needs to be a balance, sort of give and take, in order for this connection to be successful, for things to move, you know, for you guys to partner up, for there to be progress. But that would be, this person would need to find balance with the Six of Pentacles and this Two of Wands, all about finding balance to be successful. And they'd have to choose this connection. And look, another feather, and it's glowing. Spirit's so funny. All these feathers came out perfect for this reading. So I feel like the feathers are representing ancestors, and sometimes they are found when our ancestors are giving us confirmation. Look, another feather. Sorry, I just noticed that. They're all over this deck. And like I said, I don't really use it. You know, oh, there's another one. Oh my goodness, this is almost like my walk. All of a sudden, I'm finding all these feathers. I don't know, you guys aren't blown away? I'm fucking blown away by these feathers. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 feathers. Which is exactly how many I found on my walk. Okay, so what I was going to say is the ancestors, okay, come through here. And this could certainly be an intuitive knowing of what's expected of us, or a connection we have to our roots, and needing buy-in or support, or needing to break out of energy to identify what's us, you know, what's our independence and what belongs to our family and our ancestors, and finding a sense of independence from that, you know, breaking out of our childhood and finding the free self that's separate from our family. And this doesn't mean we're completely removed from family, but we have our own autonomy from our family. And so this person, yeah, because family was coming through quite strong. This person might be still trying to understand what's them and what is their responsibility in regards to their family, you know, and feel like their identity is still interwoven, that they are their family. And so they can't choose this connection in some way, you know, to have success. It's like the Six of Wands is also the victory card of people sort of recognizing you and giving you accolades, and you kind of being on the forefront here, getting recognition. And so it's like what would my family say or think or do? And it's not that, okay, this connection is bad, but it's like, I have to make this decision with my family in mind. And it's like, I don't want to leave my, I say family, but whatever, the ancestors, the understanding I have of my culture, my brought up. Why do I can't speak? My goodness, how I have been brought up. You know, like there's something, they need the backing here to make this decision. Like, I need buy-in from my family. I need the understanding of where my family fits in, or my family structure, or my roots, or my culture fits into this before I make this decision for the long term. Because if I'm going to commit and build some sort of long term here, and where does my family fit? Are they bought into this? You know, and so I feel like this person hasn't quite put in the complete focus into this connection, into finding the balance here, you know, between these two, partnership, commitment. And so I see 2 cards here of reconciliation as well. So if you and this person are parted, I do feel as though there is this person coming forward with a reconciliation here, having a lot of anxiety, you know, about it's not working, and knowing on an intuitive level that there's a full potential here, but to them not being able to, for whatever reason, put the dedication in here, despite their deep feelings here, because they need to break out and find this independence, you know, and still be comfortable with how their family sees them, or how they are standing in honor of what they think they need to do or be. Find the courage, Leo energy. Okay, so this is what I see, pile 1. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys picked this feather. It looks like it was wounded. And yeah, let's take a look at the person on your mind, and what is it that you need to understand, know better in regards to this person, in order to find some sort of harmony or some peace. And like I mentioned in the intro, you don't need to do anything. You can hang on to your belief, your understanding, your whatever it is. You know, this is to provide you another perspective, some insight in regards to what you might not be seeing, maybe being open-minded about how you're taking something in that might be different than what it actually is. And it's meant to help strengthen a connection, or at least to provide different way of seeing things. Okay, so this is in regards to someone on your mind, and sometimes energy is reversed, meaning we'll see your energy in this connection, not your person's. If that's the case, you might want to go check out another pile and use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear, to determine whether the messaging is right for you. The overall energy should match your connection. Okay, there might be specific messages that don't resonate. Leave those for other people as confirmation, but the overall gist of this energy should be something you can apply to your situation. All right, even if you have to crisscross the energy here. So what do we have? We have surrender and we have pain. Oh my goodness. So I don't look at these beforehand, nor do I pick them. They just is whatever I shuffled. So I'm seeing them for the first time with you guys. And this is, wow, this is giving me quite the energy here. I want to have fun times, parties, events, and having fun. Looks like someone at a concert. Okie dokie. And we have Quicksilver, number 24, or the number 6. And we have Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And we have Gemini. And it says information to explain, communications about, resulting from the fluctuations of. Okay. And we have the Moon. It says the nurturing of, feeling caused by, and reactions. The Moon is Pisces and Cancer energy. So Pisces, Cancer, Gemini so far coming through. Yeah, even with the Quicksilver, I'm getting Gemini. I'm getting Magician energy, Virgo energy as well coming through. Okay. We have Bully. Light attributes. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind a verbal or physical abuse. Now, every time I pull this, I always do the little spiel. If someone's physically, emotionally, mentally abusive to you and thrives on your suffering, This isn't your reading, and this isn't about this at all, okay? Sometimes people hurt us because they're hurt, and I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying hurt people. That's what happens, and when they're hurting, they don't, they're kind of at the mercy of their ego and the pains that they're fleshing out of them. So this isn't about someone who's hurting you on purpose here and causing you, inflicting pain and getting thrills about this, okay? Just so you know, and I haven't even tapped into this energy yet, but if that's someone that's complete narcissist up in your world, and I never use that word if you've been following me for a while, because I believe everyone has narcissistic tendencies, okay? So, but if you're feeling like someone is a complete narcissist and they're just really not caring about you at all, then this isn't your reading. Not your reading at all, okay? So, begin. All right. You are the first person to make me feel this way. Wow. And I have one more thing to say. Anyone who's still an ego is at the mercy of narcissism, okay? This is my own 2 cents here. Okay. Just wanted to put that out there because I can. Okay, electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life, 24, or the number 6. And we have world. Okay. And we have this hypocrite. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. And we have 57, the ring. And we have moon and Mars, number 13. 13 is all about transformations, the death card in the tarot. Moon again, obviously Pisces, and then Mars here we have Aries, Scorpio energy pulling through that, but Mars is certainly someone who takes action. It could certainly be communication coming through here. Someone very expressive. There's the Lion, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, we'll pull some tarot as well in a bit, but let me just sort of sit here with this energy and you guys can skip ahead here. Okay. Sorry for the noise in the background there. Okay, what you're needing to know. I don't know that you don't know this so much, but maybe you're needing to understand why. Someone is in pain, your person, okay? I'm going to read this as your person. This has suffered in any which way that they've suffered, as a child, in a past relationship, past life, trauma. They have trauma. They have a lot of trauma here, okay? And how does this come out? This comes out in a way that is explosive. They could be set off like a fuse and say things they don't mean. And if you're sort of collateral damage, then you're sort of collateral damage. And it's not that this person is specifically picking you as being the brunt of their whatever, like taking their energy. I think they're like this with anyone and everyone who sort of taps into this side of them where something gets unleashed here. And so I feel like this person, now you'll know it's them. I do feel like this person might be numbing themselves, with, I don't know, people they hang out with, distractions, maybe going to a lot of parties, having fun, doing a lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, a lot of fun times, because there's a lot of pain and they're trying to numb this out. And so I feel like this person is being obviously asked to surrender to spirit for them to allow themselves to heal this part of themselves that's been sort of pained for quite some time. And what I feel has happened here is you're in this person's life or came into this person's life. And so this person is having to sort of see themselves differently, because I feel like no one in their life has really given them reason to have to challenge this about themselves, to make some sort of adaptation to something that's been quite consistent in their life. The pain's been there and I consistently hide it, or I consistently do what I do to avoid it, to make it feel better, to numb it, to do what I do. And if I need to express myself and be mean to others to keep them out, or at least to speak my piece, regardless if it's cruel or whatever, I do this because that's kind of how I am and how I protect myself. And so I feel this person has been repetitively sort of like this in their world. And I feel like we're seeing this hypocrite here, because I feel like what you might not know is that all of this you might see as this person's top sort of choice here is to remain in pain and to choose this sort of lifestyle and to commit to the thing that they know, and to disregard you, or not to choose you, or not to see that this is important, or that they're not surrendering to this connection and that they're not committing. But what you need to know here is that this person feels equally here for this connection and for you. And it's of equal sort of weight on them, their need to make a change in their own life. And so this could be contradictory, but two things could be true that contradict each other with this hypocrite. Because if you really love me, you do X, Y, Z. So why do you do that? It's like, well, they do that because I feel like some of this is really ingrained in habitual ways of being, knee-jerk ways of protecting themselves that need to be undone bit by bit by bit, with perseverance, with being conscious and present and aware of every single decision that they make. Because over a period of time, they made stupid decisions. I say stupid, it's their life, it's their experience. Doesn't necessarily mean stupid, but what I feel when I'm saying stupid, it's because it's keeping them stuck. It's not allowing them to grow past a certain thing that they've already experienced, and now they're being pushed to grow, to surrender, to deal with their traumas differently. And you're making them feel like this way, whether you're saying it or not, whether you give them ultimatums or not. This connection is making them feel like there's something greater for them to create, for them to bring this vision of purpose, either their own purpose in this world, or for them to have purpose, or for this connection to be of greater purpose. But something to come to life here would require them to deal, or at least acknowledge, and really be in tune with how they're dealing with their traumas. And so I feel like this person is having to do this. And I feel like what you don't see, like I said, is the equal weight of how they do feel and see this, but might continue still making poor decisions, because sometimes the habits outweigh it. Sometimes the subconscious comes out without us really even knowing, and so we could put pressure, and I'm not saying don't pressure this person and just make it comfortable, of course, but sometimes we start to put pressure and believe that this person's actively choosing these choices, actively more leaning towards enjoying the suffering, or at least the fun times that we see on the surface. It's like they would choose the addiction, they would choose the distraction, they would choose the unhealthy thing here, the shallow thing or the immediate thing, and they're choosing this, and they're blind to it. And it's like, yes, and also this person's hurt, and also they make these choices because they have for so long that it's almost habitual, and it's, my dog's barking, protective of the pain. And also they have a strong desire and need to do this for themselves for quite some time. And also your presence is bringing this even more to the forefront. And also they do feel for you, without me even pulling the tarot here, potentially as strongly as you'd want them to. And also alongside with the trauma that's been unresolved. So with this love, with this intense love and passion, desire, comes also this habitual thing that appears different on the outside with this hypocrite, appears painful to you, appears they're choosing to hurt you, they're choosing to do this. And yes, they are making these choices, but when we're on autopilot and subconscious, we can't just know that we are, because that's why it's a shadow, that's why it's subconscious. It needs to come to the surface. And so we could say, well, we could choose to do shadow work and heal and get better. But what do we know? about what we need to get better within ourselves, unless it becomes blatantly obvious that it's a problem. So if we don't see it as a problem, if we don't even connect the two, that my fun times are connected to me covering hurts, but it's instinctual that I choose the immediate thing here, maybe I know fogly, or vaguely, that I drank to cover something up, but no, I just enjoy it. It's fun. But we haven't really tapped into the subconscious deep enough to say, I'm covering something up, And so this person, we can't blame them to say, well, they're just choosing to get better or choosing to be better. They don't know. They don't know what they don't know. And so I feel like, could they become better? They certainly can. Who can make them better? Their own self can. How does this come about? This comes about by them sort of being pulled towards the light to see truths which I think's already cracked within this person. And so we might have to go through a period of in denial, a period of anger, a period of whatever, and then slowly acceptance and whatever those 12 steps are, and dedicate ourselves to get better. And slowly these different parts of our shadow come out. We need to forgive self. We need to forgive others that hurt us. We need to embrace sort of truths and what's not true, and whether we've been victim, and all of this stuff is here, okay? And so does this person feel more towards the superficial things here that are causing pain, or that are covering up pain, I should say? No. I feel this person does feel a lot of intense love for you. I feel like this is the reason this person has been shooken up here, to begin on this journey, to adapt, to figure out a way, and maybe this person has a very difficult time sort of communicating what this looks like. And I feel this person is very sensitive, very, very sensitive, I've been hurt. And so I feel like anything could kind of be a hair trigger to this person. And this doesn't mean you have to tiptoe around them, but I feel like if something rubs them the wrong way, it's a trigger here. And then it might make you feel like this person's not caring, or how could they say that, or why would they do this, or they don't care, And so I feel like this person specifically, it's coming through here for someone, okay? It's in this person's words. So I think this person says some mean things, or might, I don't know, be kind of tricky with their words, or how they word things, It's like the way they use their words, I feel here, might be, I don't know, something you're not comfortable with, because you don't know if you could trust it. Because it's sort of maybe a manipulative way of how they use words to kind of get away with certain things, or or like they might say one thing and do another here, and it's like, can I trust them, and the fact that maybe this person's been on a repeat disappointment for you, or the fact that you want this person to be someone who you can depend on and commit with, and they are just, I don't know, all of a sudden sort of blow up, and you don't know if they would have your back here. So I feel like this person is needing to find the strength within themselves to face the pain and the hurts here. And I feel like they've caused pain and hurts in this connection that maybe they'd have to undo at some point in time, but I'm hearing sort of loudly here, that what we sort of do in ego and shadow, we can't really be held prisoner to this, and this is like, I don't know the exact fucking quote or the parable of Jesus, but forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they do. And when people are in ego and subconscious, they're not really actively choosing. There is no free will when we're in shadow. It's just on program and autopilot. We're not actively choosing, but when we're awakened to who we are, and then there's free will, because then we know of a choice here. And I don't feel this person's making an active choice here out of weighing the two and saying, I'd rather just fuck around here, like, yes, they're choosing to fuck around, but it's not an active choice here that this person's like making because they're so aware and in tune and so enlightened. It's someone who's suffering and in pain and needs to sort of surrender to the pain here in a different way and not cover it up, and needs to really sit with it. And I feel like this is coming to the forefront here. This connection's making them sort of confront this and deal with this, deal with it, like actually deal with it, not cover it up, not run away, and not push everyone away, not use words to sort of you know, talk their way out of it. And so I feel like there's a major cycle here coming to an end here that this person's needing to deal with. And I feel this person might have been stubborn at some point in time. But I feel like there's a greater purpose here that this person is being called to do something to create. You know, and it certainly could be in this connection. But I feel like aside from this connection, it's also something to create, to be worthwhile, to give their life worthwhile, to give them meaning, purpose. You know, and I feel this person could certainly be very creative with the moon and this electric spirit to bring your ideas to life. All these blues, like a creative person, you know, they might be, you know, into art, music, painting, acting, whatever this thing is here. Okay, so we're going to ask Spirit for a little bit more just to sort of give some context, some more for pile 2. What is pile 2 needing to know here in regards to this person? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Dive in a little deeper what they're needing to know here about this person that they might not yet see. Clear and concise, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2 Spirit and this connection. Thank you so much. You're so blessed for this message. And thank you, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed. Queen of Fire. And don't read bottom of the deck reverse. So that's the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay. Pisces. Is this Pisces? It looks like Hangman. No. Yes. Awakening. Hangman in reverse. It says pause, perspective, and selflessness. Hangman in reverse. Okay. The Four of Swords in reverse. Meditation, recuperation, and contemplation. Five of Cups in reverse. Disappointment, regret, and forgiveness. And we have the Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands, confident, passionate, adventurous in reverse. And we have the Wise Counselor. This is the Hierophant energy, belonging, learning, traditions. And this is the Sun, most positive card in the tarot here. Okay, success, recognition, enthusiasm in reverse. And we have the Eight of Cups, searching, empowerment, and fulfillment in reverse. And under the Queen of Fire, we have the Two of Pentacles, balance, prioritization, playfulness. Okay. I feel this lots of things here that I don't know that I'm going to be spitting it all out cohesively, but let's see how it's going to be pieced together. I feel you are a Queen of Fire, okay, or whatever, the viewer here, if this was your person, the other person. And so I feel like the person that's pained sees the other person here as somebody who is very attractive and very much high value, okay? Like it says here, intelligent, exuberant, and determined. And so this person would have to make a choice. Like would really have to make a choice here if they want to step up to this sort of caliber. You know, and so it's like the more that this person sees you and your value, the further the gap is between this sort of pained energy to get up to your level. And this doesn't mean get off your throne and water yourself down, but this person is need to choose, the need to prioritize the better version of self to get here. And so I feel like this person is stuck in their sort of world right now that they're needing to come to some greater realization here, you know, needing to really reflect here. And it's their sort of tunnel vision of seeing their life and who they are in a certain way without being able to sort of rise above it to see it from a different sort of perspective, that everything sort of hinders on them reflecting and healing and need to slow down to heal. Meditation, recuperation, contemplation. You know, I feel like this person hasn't slowed down enough to reflect, because I feel like the distraction is always there. You know, the drink is always there. The party's always there. The people are always there. The thing is always there. So I don't stop to think. So I don't process the hurt. So I can't grieve the loss. And so I continue with the balls in the air, Two Pentacles, not prioritizing anything at all. Not slowing down. Not really contemplating here. Not healing. Not belonging to anything or committing to anything here, not seeing a greater purpose or a greater value here in my life or what they could create or give a higher commitment or attachment to something of more value, like this beautiful Queen of Fire. And so I throw everything out. You know, I throw everything out here because I can't sort of untangle this web. You know, what I want to commit to, what is actually of value, you know, what gives me purpose, belonging. It's like throw it all sort of out the window here. So I feel like this person is needing to shed a lot of ego things here, process pains, you know, slow down, needs to shine the light on certain aspects of themselves and be sort of awakened by seeing the light. You know, I just heard the hallelujah, the ha, like see the light. You know, and this light is something that I feel is slowly sort of breaking open here, but I feel like there's an in denial and a resistance. And so I feel like if this person retreats from you or has retreated from you, it's because this person isn't in their confidence here to step up to the level of a queen of fire. And so they might come through very briefly as this knight of fire, because the knight of fire is very quick, kind of like a firework, but then it dies out. It's not sustaining. Whereas the queen of fire is fire, constant. She is lit, and she doesn't have an expiration. The knight of fire has an expiration. He burns out. And so I feel like if he knows he burns out, you know, he doesn't want to be seen as someone here who's not confident or weak or in some way, so he pulls back. And I say he, it could be she, okay? But I feel like there's a need to really walk away from the things in his life here that are no longer emotionally helping in the development, empowering him to get better and to grow and to become a more confident person. But he's stuck here. He's stuck here until he sees this. He's stuck here until he heals. He's stuck here with needing to reflect, needing to take time out, needing to get out of this bottleneck sort of tunnel vision, needing to give himself more sort of things to believe in, more purpose. And like I said, it's not that he doesn't find equal purpose in that. It's like he doesn't know how to get there. There's like a big gap in it. And like, how do I get from where I'm at and my low self-esteem or value or my lack of confidence to be someone different here when I'm maybe addicted and maybe in shadow and maybe haven't taken this time, and it's been so reactionary for me just to choose the path of self-immediate fulfillment here in some way that fizzles out every time, and I'm still disappointed and I'm still hurt and I'm still broken and I still don't see, but I'm stuck here, this emotional disappointment, you know. And so I feel like this queen of fire is still sort of not walking away from this, even though she's emotionally unsatisfied. She needs to walk away in order for him to really, really feel the effects here, for this awakening to really happen, for the sun to rise, to see. Because the only way we can make major changes when we really, really see the severity of something that really tells us, hey, like, this is the wise thing to commit to. This is the greater thing to commit to. This is the belonging you've been looking for. But if she's always sort of here, there's no need to do all of this stuff here. There's no need to choose, you know. And so this person needs to prioritize what matters more. What matters more? The king of fire. Yeah, there's a lack of confidence in taking charge of one's own life and getting empowered. But look, this is the king and the queen of wands, or yeah, king and queen of wands, counterparts. You know, if this person could step into their potential here, which I feel they're just this knight of fire, they probably come in, you know, for a brief time and then pull away. Hot and cold, in and out, coming and going, not sure what they want. Because it's like I can't let my queen of wands go because I know I'm her counterpart here. But instead of stepping into my full potential of a king of fire, I don't have the confidence to do this, to meet her level, or to prioritize and choose this, because I'm wobbly at best. I'm back and forth. I hum and haw. I haven't fully transformed. I haven't stepped into my courage. I feel a strong fire energy here. Okay, so this is what I see, pile number 2. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys picked this feather right here for your pile number 3, and we are looking at your person and the person on your mind and exactly what it is you're needing to know about this person. So it could be, you know, something that's not really made its way into the light yet that you've seen or understood. And so it's like, how can we change your perspective or understand the side of this person differently that maybe we haven't been able to see yet. And now we don't need to do anything, like I explained in the intro. You can continue to see your person the way you see them. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know, whatever you've experienced with that person could certainly be your truth. But this is, how can you see this person in sort of a more objective way, potentially here, that might help. This is all about helping, healing, connection. So we could see things differently, so we can engage differently, so we could be open-minded about how people are and how they could be different than what we think. Okay, so this is all for healing this connection. And sometimes the energy comes reverse, meaning this is you, not your person. And if that's the case, your person could be in another pile. Okay, so I do ask you to use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear, to determine whether this messaging is right for you. If you hear something very specific, like a very specific message, it could be a message for someone else. Just leave those. Okay, it's the overall sort of energy of this person here and this connection that is going to have to be something that you resonate with for this message to fit. Okay, so we have happiness, the orange, beautiful. And we have soulmate. Oh my goodness, great connection, relationship. Orange is giving me sacral chakra energy. And we have sulfur, number 29, or the number 11. 11 is a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicity, and the encouragement to keep going. Sulfur can mean the need for something to give way in order for there to be a healthy flow here. Or things could be quite difficult. Okay, so we have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I'm getting Leo energy. And we have Aries, your willpower, what you think you know about, do it your own way. And okay, and then we have Mars. Wow, because Mars is the ruling planet for Aries. The drive for, the confronting of an action with Mars. Yes, definitely an action card. And we have Scorpio. Wow, because Mars was the ruling planet for Scorpio. So we have back in the day, I think before Pluto was found here, Mars was used to represent Scorpio. So the extraordinary power of prayer, the highest and lowest aspects of, and control the situation. And wow, strong energy coming through. Night, light attributes, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, and love and honor. Shadow attributes, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Okay, and we have endurance. Where do we put this? Right there. And we have childhood wounding is influencing my actions. Okay, and we have the bee spirit, sweet results await, with the number 7. 7 is all about faith, wisdom. It's reflection and understanding. 7 could be the chariot in the tarot, which is Cancer energy. It's all about movement and victory, balancing. Tapir, or a tapir. Okay. And we have the Green Man. This is 1874 here. The Green Man. And we have the box with number 44. 44 could certainly be a significant number here, but 44 is a master number. It's all about integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and a temple, and manifestation and leadership, which we're getting with Mars. Wow, so very much confirmation of the energy here with the box. Here we have Pluto, 64. Wow, it was very intense energy. It's kind of backing up this Scorpio energy, Pluto. And we have Moon, Venus energy, number 12. Okay, so Moon is a ruling planet of Pisces and Cancer, and Venus is a ruling planet of Taurus and Libra. Camel, endurance. So I'm getting Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, as well as I'm getting some water here as well. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, so let me sit here with this one. This is interesting energy here, but I do want to read. Oh my goodness, this deck is funny. I thought for sure I was going to go one full reading without having to read from the book here, but this tap here, because I only found in certain places in the world here, and I think it's near the end here. No? Okay, and I want to see what why this is coming through in this reading before we get into your intuitive part of this. Okay, it's kind of near the end, kind of over here, kind of don't like the way they made this book, but I won't complain. Somewhere here's too far back, Linda. Too far back, woman. Okie dokie. It says, acting in service to others. Charity, selflessness. In dreams, a tapir is often linked to a gentleness and the need to be kind and compassionate toward other people. This is despite its close genetic ties to the rhino, a rather tough animal. The natural disposition of this unique creature is rather shy, although they do live in small social units, especially during their mating years. The appearance of the tapir card asks us to consider acts of service as a love language and the practical steps we need to take to show up for others. Depending on your own personality, you may or may not already embody acts of service as a love language. These tangible displays of love don't always match the conventional idea of romance, but in some ways they may mean more. Part of being a human being is operating within a community and showing up for others in their time of need. Our social selves thrive only when we have a solid support system in place, no matter how introverted or private we may be. If you've pulled the tapir card, it's your turn to show up for those you care about and act in service to your love for them. Maybe someone needs a favor, or the person you live with could use your help accomplishing a task. When we are physically present for those we care about, the impact of our action stays with them much longer than anything else does. Offer your helping hand. Wow. Okay. That was pretty impactful here. So let me sit here with this energy for a little bit, okay? I do. Sorry, I'm going to read this as well because where did I put it? It's fairly brief, but I think it's going to give us some insight with this Pluto and Mars and Venus. So 64. Pluto. You're consumed by negative intentions and destructive plans. You have learned the great art of telling truth and power. You also know how to stand resolute in core values and evolving. You have experienced a great suffering and have risen from this pain to show people a path of unlimited strength and character and convictions. Wow, okay. I'm already getting the picture here, but let's see. Moon and Venus, primitive, you smother other people with your relentless need to express affection. Adaptive, your exceptional emotional grace provides a safe space where others know how much they are loved. Evolving, people look up to you as a paragon of beauty and compassion. You personify vulnerability and balance. Ooh, wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't generally read too much, but what's going on here? This could be your energy, like I said. This person, I feel like this person's potentially had to pick themselves up. You know, really pick themselves up here in their life. Camel and endurance. And keep going. Like, pick themselves up and keep going. And not throw in the towel. And dedicate themselves to making themselves available. And I feel like this person could certainly have been dedicating themselves to this connection, despite this connection maybe repeatedly disappointing this person. Okay, like this could certainly be your energy, but I feel like this connection could have started to get stuck or just started to get very difficult, and it's needing to have a resolution here or a major shift here in order for things to get better. So I feel like this person is working through parts of their own childhood wounding or shadow sides here that have dictated their life, and I feel like this person has had to break out of the matrix or restriction or certain ways that they might have been living their life So I feel like this person is going sort of against the grain here when it comes to convention. You know, they're bucking convention here. And I feel like this person is finding a way to truly be happy. And I feel like this person is doing this as a result of this connection sort of bringing them to take action in their own life. So I feel like this person feels like you're significant to this person. Like you're certainly someone who mirrors back to this person or could energetically sort of reflect back to this person in some way, energetically, spiritually. I don't necessarily know if in the 3D world you've been here for this person. In fact, I don't feel you have. And so I feel like this person has had to suffer through finding strength from within, working with spirits in their faith, reflecting, understanding who they are, picking themselves up. And potentially this person has been somebody who's been quite selfless, you know, and I feel like maybe this person has had to not want to have the buy-in or the validation of others, including potentially maybe in this connection, and learn that nobody can give this person sort of confirmation about how much value and self-worth this person can have, you know, about themselves here, that this comes from within. And so I feel like this person is learning about this. So I feel like this person has had a dark night of the soul, has had to plumb the depths of their shadow in a very profound way here, of how to not be in service to self. You know, how can I attain potentially you know, if this person was wanting to connect with you, how can I attain certain things here that are going to reflect back to me my self-worth, and turn it into how can I find from within me what it is that I need? How can I empower myself to be giving, kind, and loving, and give back to the world here, you know, from this very natural, beautiful, giving place? How do I connect back to nature and self, authentic parts of self? How do I step into courage and not, you know, feel like if I am exposed or if I break out here that other people are going to judge me, or yeah, like really just find the strength from within myself to buck the system, go against maybe social norms, to not to do things the way I've always done things here to find my true happiness. And so I feel like this connection hasn't really been all that happy for this person potentially, or there's been big struggles and big blocks. But I feel like not only has it been this connection, I feel like there's been big blocks in this person's world, other connections, maybe their job, maybe their lifestyle. I feel like this person was stuck, and I feel like this person felt wherever they were stuck, it was starting to stink. It was starting to get very difficult. It wasn't helping them. It was hindering them. It was making them feel like they couldn't progress or move or evolve. And I feel like connecting with you in some way here has opened this person up to really tap into a heart space here, and truly look at maybe what's going on from a heart place that might have been very, very shut for quite some time here. And so this triggered some sort of inner child wounding here. And so I feel like this person has had to pick themselves up, like I say, and show some level of endurance here, and either dedicating themselves to pull themselves out of difficult situations that made them feel very restrained, stuck, maybe predictable, maybe consistent, maybe what everyone else wanted to label or put them into. So I feel like this person has had to break out of some sort of box here and really just sort of allow their true self to come out and flourish, you know, and still be dedicated and giving and kind to other people with the selfless acts. And so I feel like this person is learning about unconditional love. I feel like this person could certainly be doing things for you, you know, like doing things, acts of service here that's helpful. Although I feel like this person might be pained, or has been pained, or has experienced pain in their life in this connection, it doesn't stop them from being giving and kind and loving, and to put forward sort of the right energy that's empowering them. So I feel like this person could be certainly dedicated to and committed to seeing what's better about this connection, because I feel like there's something very dedicated about this person's energy and very committed and very much persistent and having to endure the tough times. But I feel like this person has been through the ringer, and I feel like this person does not want to get stuck in something. I feel like this person does not want to limit themselves or box themselves. I feel like this person doesn't want your same old sort of predictable and whatever label, doesn't want to be boxed up. You know, I feel this person wants to organically grow and be free and I don't know, and get empowered here to be authentically who they are. You know, and I feel like this person wants to peel back any shadows that are buried within them in order to greet certain parts of themselves that maybe they haven't seen and make peace with those parts of them and those childhood wounds and be very authentic with expressing how they feel and showing how they feel specifically. Because this person, I feel, might have not have been so comfortable being vulnerable and exposing their feelings, you know, because they don't want to be rejected, or they might have tried to win over love or to have people like them, you know, and not say, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to be myself authentically and unapologetically and still express how I feel or show how I feel, regardless of what the other side is going to show up like, you know. So I feel like this person is working on finding their true happiness here. And I don't necessarily feel as though this connection has reflected to this person the happiness that they could find in a connection, but I feel like this person through this connection has found true happiness through finding it within themselves, which is a big difference. And really the only way to find true happiness is from within self. And so this connection is mirrored back to them that their truest happiness lies within, their truest confidence lies within, that to be of service to others is something that has to be genuine and organically grow from within, and a desire to want to do this out of a good place, not because we need other people to approve of us or have buy-in, you know, because we really want to give love, not because we're trying to buy love. And so I feel like this was a big lesson for this person. Like, how do I show up authentically or representing my feelings without shying away or without shutting them down? How can I express it and show it without expecting something back or having any expectation here other than just me being confident in how I feel, expressing how I feel, being vulnerable in how I feel, putting it out there, getting empowered to put it out there, uncovering any shadow here that I might fear of being rejected or fear of being abandoned or fear of not it being reciprocated here, and it's not influencing any of my actions or my decisions, that I continue to sort of be in my true authenticity and step into this courage and learn this sort of the long way and go through this no matter the pain, the suffering, and the stuff here, because eventually I'll have a breakthrough. Eventually I'll find this happiness. Eventually my truest self is going to shine here, and it's going to come in a natural, beautiful way here, and I'm no longer feeling suffering at the hands of other people or what they expect of me, or my disappointments will, you know, be kind of riding on what other people say and how they give to me, or whether they abandon me or reflect back to me or give to me. I am in charge because I am in control and I am empowered to do so. So let's see, because this is more about this person than it is really about the connection, but I feel this connection has mirrored this person's strength, pulled this person's inner empowerment out, you know, to work on themselves here, to not give up on self, to be dedicated to this act of finding this within them so they can become a better person for other people. Because, you know, once we sort of do the inner travel and journey, then it's how can we help others? How can we, you know, give to others in a way here that's selfless, that keeps allowing us to grow in our own life. It doesn't keep us stagnant. I feel this person no longer wants to be stagnant. I feel this person wants to keep growing. I feel like this person wants to keep giving, keeps pushing themselves out of situations that might feel stuck or stagnant or stinking, so that they could keep getting empowered and keep sort of aligning themselves here with the best version of self. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. What are they needing to know right here, right now? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. So we have lots. So we have the Ace of Cups, and I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. All about self-love. Okay. Like I said, from the inside out. How do I fill my own cup so I can have an emotional new beginning in my life? Maybe absolutely be able to express how I love for the first time here from a true, authentic place. Ace of Cups, new beginning, emotional new beginning, self-love. It says emotions, relationships, intuition. Yeah, tap into intuition as well. You know, when we sort of go through this, we get in touch with our intuition. So we work with the divine, so we can trust ourselves and our actions here and allow our emotions to come out without sort of feeling like, well, I don't know, like with courage, you know, without feeling like I can only sort of express this or show this if it'll be reciprocated or how I'll be received. This is now I'm totally abundant and flowing from the inside out and giving myself love in a way here that I'm able to give to others. So 6 of Swords in reverse. It says relief, hope, and moving on. We have the Star, Aquarius energy, inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. Yeah, lots was coming through with the number 7, like I said, about faith. I think this person was learning to work with the divine, like have faith in their intuition, have faith in the divine. You know, like blind trust, I feel here. This person was learning about blind trust in the universe and in themselves to navigate, to find their truest self. 6 of Fire in reverse, 6 Wands. It says success, recognition, and self-esteem. And we have 2 of Wands, planning, partnering, and progress in reverse. And we have Justice in reverse, Libra energy. This is fairness and the law. 9 of Swords, negativity, worry, sleeplessness. 10 of Cups, family, love, and blessings. And the 7 of Pentacles, investment, assessment, and patience in reverse. Patience coming through with the Camel and the Endurance. And here we have ego in reverse, number 15, which is the Devil. But it says ego, illusion, dependency, and materialism. Wow, 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 wow. Under Ace of Cups, we have the 8 of Fire, speed, activity, and multitasking. Okay. This 8 of Wands is giving me this sulfur, this breakthrough, you know. Sulfur is used in the geyser to sort of break free whatever's stuck here so that it could start moving again and things could start moving and flowing. And I feel like this person's life was potentially stuck, stagnant. They were in a box. They were just not feeling like they had growth. You know, spiritual growth, physical growth, mental growth, emotional growth. And so the growth here is learning about self, learning how to fulfill one's own cup, heal certain parts of self to move forward here, because this person was feeling very stuck in 5 Swords situations in their own life. How do I get out of this? You know, feeling like they had no choice, that they were kind of stuck in something. And maybe they didn't know that they had a choice to move forward, that they had a choice to, you know, to progress in life here. And so I feel like it's been a long time that this person has had to sort of reconcile where they were stuck and make a decision here for their own future. So I feel like this person's been working with the divine, really looking at, you know, their wishes for themselves, their hopes, their desires here, even if it seems something unattainable here with this Star. It's like having an inspiration, wanting to fulfill some sort of long-term vision that they have of self here and learn about faith and intuition. And I feel like something was destined to move this person forward. So I do feel like this person, you know, felt that things were quite imbalanced and unjust here in their world. You know, like lots of imbalance when we're not living in authenticity, which has caused a lot of anxiety with the 9 of Swords. This could certainly be alongside this ego, dark night of the soul. So I feel like this person's experienced an ego death with the 6 of Wands in reverse and the ego card, or Devil in reverse, shedding the ego, dark night of the soul. You know, and this dark night of the soul and this shedding of beliefs and old thoughts, and, you know, is like everything I've sort of invested in here, that I've been giving to, committing to in the practical matrix world, might have seemed all good and fine, but at the end of the day, what's it producing to me, for me? You know, another pentacle? Like what do I need all these sort of pentacles for? There's something greater than pentacles here, and this is emotional fulfillment. What is my emotional fulfillment, and who is this emotional fulfillment with going to be? Because I can only focus on my work, focus on the new house or the new car, and never feel emotionally fulfilled. I just keep giving in this sort of this investment I keep making and working in the matrix pentacle world. That's this box. Or I could just let it all go. And so I feel like this person, how you'll know is this person, they might have moved houses, they might have quit their job, they might have, I don't know, left certain matrix ideas in their life that they were committing to and giving to and trying to keep up in the air. And they gave it all up for a potential of a 10 of cups, which could certainly be their hope of attaining this in this connection. Two people coming together to create emotional bliss here, you know, love, commitment, family, love, blessings. You know, it's like, how can I have a full 10 of cups in my life and see this as a hope, a driving factor, you know, and have faith in this? And I think this person might have seen this in this connection at one point and gave up, I don't know, whatever they were giving to in their own world here. Lots of anxiety about whether they would find this justice for themselves, but they had to have the blind trust. And I feel they had to do a lot of ego death and shedding here, and seeming as though, you know, that they would have to fail in the matrix world, like giving up, like having people sort of see them as maybe a failure or given up or they didn't have success. But I feel like this person released this, you know, didn't really care so much about image so much, what other people would find as successful. They had to break free of the devil, the illusion that we call life, break out of the cage, break out of the matrix, be free, not to be dependent on pentacle realm, materialism. Break free out of this, drop the ego, have that dark night of the soul in order to find ourselves, appreciate ourselves, love ourselves, be emotionally available, and trust in the divine and in divine sort of leading the way here for a future. But I feel what's really leading this person is to have an emotional commitment here of two people coming together for a family or love or blessing, because this is the greatest truth here, is how we can honestly, openly feel and give and come together here, you know, in a committed sort of way. This is the breakthrough. This is where this person wants to move towards. But I don't know that this person has necessarily attained it so much yet. But this has been the driving factor of this person, because they have been really, really stuck and had to make that big sort of decision here to decide to trust blindly where the universe was going to lead them to their wish, you know, or things were really imbalanced and stuck. And maybe they felt like they didn't have a choice or couldn't make this choice, or, you know. I was telling pile number 2, like seeing the feathers, you know, and all over in these cards was quite interesting, because obviously I didn't know which cards I was going to use until last minute, and we see these feathers here in some of the cards, and the feathers representing our ancestors, you know. And sometimes when we find feathers, it's like a sign from the divine or from our ancestors we're on the right path and we're going the right way here. And this 2 of Wands came up for pile 2, I believe. And we're seeing the feather behind these 2 people. And it's like, do I have buy-in from my family, you know, my ancestors? And I feel like for this person, it's like they're turning their back on what was sort of culturally maybe expected of them, or what, you know, what it was that they believed was meant for them to be in a certain way, for them to be celebrated and for it to be received well. And it's like we turn our back on this to decide to choose the path that's less traveled, but it's our dharma, it's our path. And so we might have to appear like, I don't know, like someone who might go against the grain or buck convention, like I said, in order to release ourselves of the illusion of the matrix, to break free. You know, and like I said, instead of a devil, we're seeing this beautiful angel. I feel like this person is divinely guided in some way here to break free, to free themselves, you know, to drop this ego mask, the matrix materialistic things, in order to dedicate themselves to service to others. What makes them emotionally happy here, you know, what's going to break them free out of this matrix. So this is what I see for pile number 3. Certainly could have been your energy, beautiful pile 3. If this is, then you might want to go check out another pile. All right, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.